This video is about Robert Schumann's Spring Symphony. I will explain the most important things about the work and the composer. Robert Schumann was a German composer who lived from 1810 to 1856. He wrote many works for piano and orchestra. A symphony is a large piece of music for orchestra. Schumann composed a total of 4 symphonies. The Spring Symphony was his first symphony. It was written in 1841. Schumann composed the Spring Symphony in just 4 days. He was very happy at the time because he had just married Clara Wieck. Spring inspired him to write this music. Schumann said that he wrote the symphony when he longed for spring. The premiere took place on March 31, 1841 in Leipzig. The Spring Symphony consists of 4 movements. Each movement has its own character. The first movement is lively and cheerful. The second movement is slow and calm. The third movement is a fast dance. The fourth movement is lively again and brings the piece to a close. All the movements together last about 30 minutes. The music of the Spring Symphony sounds very fresh and cheerful. Schumann uses many bright colors. The melodies are often very catchy and easy to remember. The orchestra sometimes plays very loudly and powerfully, then again softly and delicately. Schumann uses all the instruments of the orchestra to express different moods. A special feature of the Spring Symphony is the beginning. The symphony starts with a fanfare call from the trumpets and horns. This call is reminiscent of a wake-up call in spring. Schumann often uses contrasts in his music, for example between loud and quiet or fast and slow. The symphony also contains melodies that are reminiscent of folk songs. The Spring Symphony was Schumann's first symphony and a great success. It showed that Schumann could compose not only piano music but also orchestral works. The symphony influenced many other composers. It is often played in concerts and is part of the standard repertoire of orchestras. The Spring Symphony is a good example of romantic orchestral music. The Spring Symphony is performed by a large orchestra. It includes string instruments, woodwinds, brass instruments, and percussion. The conductor leads the orchestra and makes sure that all the musicians play together. The whole symphony takes about 30 minutes to perform. The Spring Symphony is often played at symphony concerts, especially in spring. In music lessons, the Spring Symphony can be used to teach a lot about orchestral music. Pupils can learn about the different instruments in the orchestra. They can hear how Schumann translates the mood of spring into music. The symphony is a good way to explain how a symphony is structured. It is also a good way to show the connection between music and the seasons. The Spring Symphony has a very positive and cheerful effect on listeners. Many people feel reminded of spring by the music. The lively music can improve the mood and trigger joy. Some listeners imagine pictures of blooming flowers or chirping birds while listening. The Spring Symphony shows how music can express feelings and moods.